Alright, hey Ambiguity, and anybody else who is watching this great, awesome channel. I'm Jayce. This is the second week of our videos. The first week was just intros, but now we're actually getting into specific topics. So this week's topic, I believe, is how we knew that we were transgender, um, and then how we chose our name. Ugh. This video might be a little bit long because it's a little bit of a long process. So I'm gonna start with sixth grade. So sixth grade, I was the first time I started dressing as completely, I guess, masculine. I didn't cut my hair, but wore all male clothing, including boxers. That was the first year I bought my first pair of boxers, so that was super exciting. Um, that was also the year that I realized that I liked women. And so obviously the term that is more common is lesbian. So I was like, oh, well, I like women, so I must be a lesbian. So I was like, okay, I'm a lesbian. So I didn't come out to my mom um, right then. I ended up coming out to her later. Um, so yeah, that label stuck with me up until about sophomore, junior year of high school, where I started getting depressed. I was like, what the hell is wrong? Um, and I came across the term transgender, and boom, it fit immediately. And just like now, looking back on everything before I realized that I was trans, it just fits. Like I remember when I was 3 years old, not 3 years old. I don't know why I said 3 years old. I remember when I was younger, I had this journal. I think it was a diary at the time. I don't know if I call it a diary because it's a journal now. So I drew a picture of myself, and under writing, "I am a boy, I'm not a girl." And I remember saying that over and over again. And I just remember, certain things throughout my childhood, like wanting to run around shirtless and do all of that. And when puberty hit, and I got that stupid ass sharp week. Um, it wasn't just like a normal thing. Oh, like this sucks. It was like a deep emotional turmoil for me, and it was like the first realization that I knew that I was like, I guess, like I always knew that I was not biologically male because I knew that there was a difference, but it never like completely like, occurred to me, I guess, because I was just always with the boys and just did what they did. But then when puberty hit, it was just kind of like, no, you're actually different. So I remember that being a big thing, and so just everything just fell into place. And that's how I knew I was trans. And I started talking to a counselor that I was going to at the time, and then I started gender therapy and all of that. So I won't get into that, but that's how I knew I was trans. It was basically a process of me going from this to lesbian to transgender, um, and yeah, I mean, and also there were some signs in there because I was in a relationship at the time, and our, I guess, sexual life was pretty like heterosexual, not lesbian. I asked her to refer to my body parts as male, and all of that, and that was kind of a sign too in itself. So that's how I knew. Um, so my name. So I came out, and then obviously the first thing you think about is your name. Um, I had been going by Jay for a while, um, and so I kind of wanted to stick to something that I didn't want to like change it to like a totally different letter. Because my birth name started with J, so I went through a couple of names. I can't really remember all of them, but the one that I do remember is Jaden. I tried that one out for a bit. It was okay. Didn't really fit. And then tried somewhere out, and then I came across the name Jayce, and I decided on that one. Um, I ended up throwing an N on the end to make it Jason because people would see my name, they'd say JC, and I didn't like that because I feel like JC is a female name. So I threw an N on the end so people can be like Jason, and I can be like, oh, I actually look like Jace. So, um, And then, you know, from there I chose my middle name, just kind of tried different middle names, and got Marcus. So yeah, that's pretty much how I, you know, realized I was trans and came out as trans, and, you know, um, figured out what I wanted to be called. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to add. Yeah, it's just, you know, all of it's a process, and you just basically need to take your time. Don't rush into anything. Don't rush into, you know, boxes and like stereotypes, and don't just really, you know, research and take your time, and it'll eventually all fall into place, and that's including your name. Just try different stuff out, and it'll eventually all fall into place. So that's my advice, and that is the topic for this week. So that is week 2 with Jayce. How I knew I was transgender, and how I picked my name. Alright, guys, see you next week. Bye.